guys, Thorne here with the Twin Cities Rebel. I want to cover what the tag team is all about. Now, we haven't had a tag team on the NCKA in a while, so I kind of want to cover the rules. It is going to be a 3-minute round. There are 2 people on a team versus 2 people on a different team. So I'm going to pretend that this is my teammate and he's my opponent so I can better explain. So if you watch how this works, let's say I start out of bounds and my teammate is in. He could be fighting, right? So it's one-on-one. There's no like jump off the corner ropes and stuff, but he'll be fighting. The judges call stop and go. They call points all the same, but it's a running score. So let's say my opponent's sparring and then the ref says stop and they start calling points. We can tag. We don't have to wait for them to give us permission to tag. We can tag at any point we want during that time. So whether the judge says stop. Now let's say I'm sparring and I'm moving. I can tag middle match. My opponent can come out. They can score, come in. Now here's the thing. If you're the legal fighter, let's say I'm tagged in. I'm the legal fighter, right? If I go to make a tag, until I get all the way out of the ring, I can be scored on, right? I can't have anything touching inside the ring. So if I tag and I stop like this, the opponent can still score on me, or because I tagged my opponent, they can be scored on too, right? So that's the problem I've seen in the past, is you'll be sparring, you'll be doing stuff, and you tag, and you think that making the tag makes you unavailable to be hit. It does not, right? And the same thing would go if my partner's up there sparring, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm stepped inside the ring, right? Before the tag even happens, they can come and attack me because they've entered the ring. Now, me entering the ring does not give me permission to hit. It gives them permission to hit me. So be very careful that you're staying out of the ring. Now, when it comes to tags, it can be hand-to-hand tag, right? I could touch his leg, right? I could touch his leg. If you make an intentional tag with your hand or foot to your opponent, right? That means, or sorry, your opponent, that's a point, to your teammate, that means they can now come in, right? Remember, it's a running total score. Now, the other part is we need 3 actual tags where you actually swap spots and you're in and actually doing a sparring movement, right? So let me explain how that works. If my opponent can't go in, or sorry, my teammate cannot go in and fight for 2 minutes and whatever 50 seconds, tag me in and I just come in for 1 second, run away, and that's the match. I have to actually get in there, right? So with 3 tags, he's sparring, he tags me middle or point, right? I'm in. I can't just come in and then run back out, right? We're not gonna have one person winning for everyone. Now your partner might get more points than you, or you might get more points than your partner does, but they actually have to fight, which means I have to get in, actually I have to try to engage in some kind of points, defense, offense, or at least with strategy-wise, move around like I'm actually in the fight. I can't come in just for a second. You gotta stand for a little bit first, right, and tag back out. There's no limit to how many tags you can have, right? My opponent could tag to get out, right? I could come in and I could tag and ignore. You could just keep going in circles if the person wants to just watch and be abused. Those aren't tags we're gonna count. You actually have to fight a little bit, but then it's gonna count as an official tag, right? So I want you to stay in for at least a bit. I don't want one person fighting the whole time. There's a 10-point spread, right? So if we're sparring and our opponents are up 10 points on us, meaning they've got 20, we've got 10, that's the end of the round, regardless of whether or not it's the full 3 minutes. Remember, it's 3 minutes or a 10-point spread. Kicks are 2, answer 1, just like normal. I have to have 1 foot in order to be able to score, and I have to be the legally tagged in person to score 2. Right, so if I tag and I get out of bounds and someone gets close, I can't hit them, right? Only the legally tagged in player can actually throw strikes. Otherwise, you're just gonna get penalized. And we're gonna give points to your opponents, right? Because you're not tagging yourself out and then still fighting. It's not the WWF or things like that. So I hope that this has kind of helped you understand how the tag line works, how and when you can throw tags, how points are accumulated, and then obviously come out, give it a try. We haven't had a tag team in a while. We're super excited. It'll be on Saturday, September 17th, and I hope to see you guys there.